Hey there guys, hope you all are doing well. So today we're going to be tackling some warning signs, specifically symbolic warning signs. So before we begin, as always, here are the latest testimonials. So this week we have a few new signs. I'm going to add them to the beginning of the video just so that you don't have to waste time going through the entire video to get to them. So question 1. You see the reduced visibility warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action? Now straight away in this question, they are already telling us that this is a reduced visibility warning sign. And now they want the action that you need to do. So is it option A, maintain your speed, visibility will improve naturally? Is it option B, slow down, increase your following distance and switch on your dipped headlights if necessary? Is it option C, accelerate to pass the area quickly before visibility worsens? Or is it option D, switch off your headlights and continue at normal speed? Now when we're talking about reduced visibility, we're talking about things like a lot of fog, a lot of dust or heavy rain. And that's obviously going to make it harder to see obstacles that are going to be in the road or other vehicles. Therefore, option A is going to tell you to maintain your speed. Visibility will improve naturally. Now that's going to be incorrect because firstly, you cannot maintain your speed. You need to slow down. And if conditions are very hazardous, it's not going to improve naturally, right? With option C, it says to accelerate to pass the area quickly. Obviously, if you're going to accelerate, you're going to be putting yourself and other road users in danger. With option D, it says switch off your headlights and continue at normal speed. Again, that's also incorrect. You're going to need to slow down. You're going to need to increase your following distance and you're going to need to switch on your dipped headlights. Therefore, option B will be our correct answer. Now, in looking at these warning signs, first, you need to look at the shape, right? Shape and color. You need to then look at the symbol within that warning sign. You're going to need to know what is this sign going to warn me of, right? And lastly, you're going to need to know the action that you need to take once you see this warning sign. Now, if you're going to follow that formula or those rules, trust me, you will never fail the road signs section of your test. Question 2. What should you do when you see the congestion ahead warning sign? Is it option A, maintain your speed because traffic will clear quickly? Is it option B, slow down, keep a safe following distance and be prepared to stop if necessary? Is it option C, accelerate to pass through the area before the traffic builds up? Or is it option D, switch lanes frequently to find a faster route through the congestion? Now, since the sign is going to warn of congestion ahead, it means that the traffic is going to be slow or it's going to be fully stopped. That means you need to reduce your speed, right? That should be your first action. And if we're looking at our 4 options, only option B is going to tell us to slow down, keep a safe following distance and be prepared to stop if necessary, right? All of the other options are just going to tell us to maintain your speed. It's going to tell us to accelerate. And those are all incorrect. Question 3. You see the horses and riders ahead warning sign. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed because horses will always stay on the side of the road? Is it option B, slow down, be prepared to stop and give plenty of space when passing horses? Is it option C, accelerate to pass the horses quickly so you don't delay traffic? Or is it option D, sound your hooter repeatedly to warn the horses to move faster? Now, if you know anything about horses, you will know that they get frightened very easily and very quickly, right? So with option D, it says sound your hooter repeatedly to warn the horse. Obviously, that's going to make the horse startled and scared. Now, this is going to cause the horse to now run onto the road and, quite possibly onto oncoming traffic, which will kill that horse and the rider. Therefore, option D is going to be incorrect. Now, option C says accelerate to pass the horses quickly. Again, that's going to be incorrect, right? If you are accelerating, if you are driving fast, how are you expected to stop quickly if the horse suddenly comes right in front of your vehicle or onto your lane? Therefore, option B is your correct answer. You need to slow down. You need to be prepared to stop and give plenty of space when passing horses. Question 4. What does this sign warn you of? Now, can you see in this question, they're not telling you what sign this is, right? Nor are they asking what action should you take once you see the sign. They're asking you, what does this sign warn you of? That means you're going to need to be able to identify the symbol within that sign and know exactly what it's warning you of. Is it option A, rhinos on the road ahead? Is it option B, elephants on the road ahead? Is it option C, hippos on the road ahead? Or is it option D, antelopes on the road ahead? Now if we look at this sign, we can see that there's going to be a trunk, we can see there's going to be tusks, there's going to be a large ear, and therefore that's going to mean that this sign is going to warn you of elephants on the road ahead. So option B will be our correct answer. Question 5. You see the hippo ahead warning sign near a river or a wetland. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed, hippos usually stay in the water? Is it option B, slow down, stay alert and be prepared to stop if a hippo is on or near the road? Is it option C, accelerate to pass quickly before a hippo appears? Or is it option D, sound your hooter to warn the hippo to move away? Now again, this question is very similar to the horse and the horse rider question. So with option D, it says to sound your hooter to warn the hippo to move away. That is incorrect. With option C, it says accelerate to pass quickly before a hippo appears. Again, if you're going to be accelerating and a hippo just suddenly enters your lane, what's going to happen? You're going to end up knocking that hippo. Hippos can move very quickly. I'm not sure if you guys have seen videos of hippos running, but they can move very quickly. With option A, it says maintain your speed. Hippos usually stay in the water. Now obviously you can never guarantee that a hippo is definitely going to always stay in the water, because remember, it's a wild animal, it's unpredictable. Therefore option B will be our correct answer. You need to slow down, stay alert and be prepared to stop if a hippo is on or near the road. Question 6. You see the electrical shock warning sign. What should your first action be? Is it option A, ignore the sign, it only applies to maintenance workers? Is it option B, keep an eye out for electrical cables on the road ahead? Is it option C, touch the electrical cable quickly to see if it is electrified? Or is it option D, lean over the electrical cable to get a better view of the cable? Now the correct answer here is going to be option B, keep an eye out for electrical cables on the road ahead. Now option A tells us to ignore the sign. Now you can never ignore a road sign. The only time that you are allowed to ignore a road sign if a traffic officer instructs you to do so, right? Now obviously with option C it says to touch the electrical cable. Obviously you cannot do that, you will get electrocuted. With option D it tells you to lean over the electrical cable. Again, that is dangerous, and obviously you're not allowed to stop your car on the road and get out. So the correct answer would be option B. Question 7. What does this sign warn you of? Now when we're taking a look at this warning sign, it's not going to have a symbol per se. It's going to have the word wind in it, right? So what is that sign actually warning you of? Is it option A, strong gusts of wind? Is it option B, faster moving vehicles kicking up dust? Is it option C, clear wind ahead? Or is it option D, a wind farm ahead? Now the correct answer here would be option A, strong gusts of wind ahead. Question 8. You are driving on a rural road and you see the narrow bridge warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action to take? Is it option A, maintain your speed because the other vehicles must give way when you reach the bridge first? Is it option B, slow down, keep to your side of the road and be prepared to stop if another vehicle is approaching? Is it option C, overtake slower vehicles before entering the bridge to avoid being delayed? Or is it option D, sound your hooter continuously while approaching the bridge to warn oncoming traffic? Now option A tells us to maintain your speed. Now obviously you cannot maintain your speed because what if there's already a vehicle in that narrow bridge or on that narrow bridge? Option C tells us to overtake slower vehicles before entering the bridge to avoid being delayed. Now the same rule is going to apply to this option, because if you overtake, it means that you're going to be speeding up, and if there's a vehicle already on that bridge, then that's going to cause an accident. With option D, it says sound your hooter continuously while approaching the bridge to warn oncoming traffic. Again, that's also incorrect. The only correct answer here is going to be option B. Question 9. You are approaching a structure with the one vehicle with structure warning sign. Another vehicle is already entering the structure from the opposite side. What should you do? Is it option A, accelerate quickly so you can squeeze through before the other vehicle reaches you? Is it option B, stop and allow the other vehicle to pass through first before you enter? Is it option C, drive halfway in and wait inside the structure for the other vehicle to pass? Or is it option D, sound your hooter to claim right of way and continue through? Now remember, the question is going to tell us that another vehicle is already entering the structure from the opposite side. Therefore, option D is going to be incorrect, right? With option C, it says drive halfway in and wait inside the structure for the other vehicle to pass. Now, since the structure is only going to be wide enough for one vehicle, if you enter that area or the structure and you're going to drive halfway and wait, it means that you're going to block traffic because the other vehicles will not be able to pass, right? Remember, it's only wide enough for one vehicle. Therefore, option B will be your correct answer. You need to stop and allow the other vehicle to pass through first before you enter. Question 10. You are driving on a 2-lane road and you see the road narrows from both sides, warning sign. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your lane but move closer to the center of the road to avoid hitting sides? Is it option B, slow down, keep well within your lane and be alert for oncoming traffic or obstacles? Is it option C, accelerate to pass the narrow section quickly before other vehicles approach? Or is it option D, change lanes immediately to the opposite lane to avoid the narrowing? Now, because this road is going to be narrowing from both sides, you need to firstly slow down and you need to safely stay in your lane. Now, if you're looking at all 4 options, only option B is going to include those actions. Therefore, option B is going to be our correct answer. You need to slow down, you need to keep well within your lane, and you need to be alert for oncoming traffic or obstacles. Now, as you can see, this sign is similar to the previous sign. However, in this case, you are driving on a 2-lane road and you then see the road narrows from the right side, warning sign ahead. Now, what is the most correct action? Now, because the road is going to be narrowing from the right-hand side, that means that automatically, now you're going to need to move slightly to the left within your lane, right? You're going to need to slow down and you need to be cautious of the narrowing right side, because that is the side in which vehicles are going to approach from. So, option A is going to be our correct answer. In terms of question 12, this is going to be the same as the previous question. The only difference is that now the road is going to narrow from the left side. That means that if the road is going to be narrowing from the left side, you need to now move towards the right side of your lane. You need to slow down and you need to be alert for the narrowing left side. Therefore, option A would be your correct answer. Question 13. You are driving and see the uneven roadway warning sign ahead. Which of the following is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed, the uneven surface will not affect your vehicle? Is it option B, slow down and hold the steering wheel firmly to maintain control over bumps and keep an eye out for potholes? Is it option C, swerve slightly to avoid the uneven parts of the road? Or is it option D, accelerate quickly to pass the uneven section before it causes any damage? Now, please keep in mind that when you are driving over an uneven roadway, right, if you're going to be driving too fast, you are going to lose control of the vehicle. Therefore, if you see this uneven roadway warning sign, the first thing that you should do is slow down, right? Slow down, hold the steering wheel firmly in order to maintain control over these bumps, and keep an eye out for potholes. Therefore, option B is going to be our correct answer, because option C would be to swerve slightly to avoid uneven parts of the road. That can cause you to now lose control and cause an accident. With option D, it says accelerate quickly. Remember, like I just said, if you're going to accelerate and drive fast over an uneven section of the road, it's going to cause your vehicle to lose control. Basically, because your vehicle is going to be bouncing all over the place, right? Question 14. What should you immediately do when you see this sign? Now, can you see how they're not going to be telling you what the sign is? They're not going to tell you what it's warning you of. They just want to know what is the action that you should perform immediately once you see the sign. Is it option A, maintain your current speed, your car can handle the bumps? Is it option B, slow down before reaching the speed bump and drive over them carefully? Is it option C, accelerate to pass over the speed bumps quickly so you don't lose momentum? Or is it option D, sound your hooter to warn pedestrians and continue at a normal speed? Now, when you see this sign, it's going to warn you of speed bumps ahead, right? That means you now need to slow down, because if you try to go over a speed bump at a high speed, you are going to damage your vehicle, right? That speed bump is there for a reason. It's there to slow your vehicle down. Therefore, the correct answer would be option B. You need to slow down before reaching the speed bump and drive over them carefully. Think about when you see the stance gents going over a speed bump, right? They take 2 to 3 business days to go over this. And that's for the exact same reason, because They don't want to damage their vehicle. Question 15. You see the slippery road warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed but turn the steering wheel sharply to avoid skidding? Is it option B, slow down, avoid sudden braking or sharp turns and drive carefully? Is it option C, accelerate slightly to pass the slippery area quickly? Or is it option D, sound your hooter to warn other drivers and continue at a normal speed? Now remember, if you're driving on a slippery road, it means that you're not going to have traction, right? There's not going to be any grip, or the grip is going to be very low. So you need to avoid accelerating and you need to avoid making any sharp turns, because that will definitely cause you to lose control. Therefore, from our 4 options, only option B will list the correct actions. Therefore, option B will be our correct answer. You need to slow down, you need to avoid any sudden braking or sharp turns, and you need to drive carefully. Question 16. You see the falling rocks warning sign on a mountain pass. What is the most correct action to take? Is it option A, slow down, be alert for rocks on the road and avoid stopping unnecessarily near the area? Is it option B, accelerate quickly to pass through the area before rocks can fall? Is it option C, drive as close as possible to the cliff to avoid rocks falling into the road? Or is it option D, stop immediately under the cliff and wait until the danger has passed? Now with option D, it tells us to stop immediately under the cliff and wait until the danger has passed. Now remember, rocks are not going to be falling every single second and minute of the day. Now if you're going to be stopping immediately under the cliff, that's going to put you and your vehicle in danger, right? With option C, it says drive as close as possible to the cliff face to avoid rocks falling into the road. That is going to be incorrect, because if you're driving as close as possible, that's not going to give you enough time to try to avoid these falling rocks, right? With option A, it says slow down, be alert for rocks on the road. With option C, it tells us to accelerate quickly to pass through the area before rocks can fall. If you're going to be accelerating and a rock is going to fall in front of you, it's going to take you longer to stop and you are going to have an accident, right? Therefore, the first thing that you should do is to slow down. Therefore, option A will be our correct answer. You need to slow down, be alert for rocks on the road, and avoid stopping unnecessarily near the area. Now, please keep in mind that this road sign can appear in 2 different forms, right? Rocks falling from the right hand side and rocks falling from the left hand side. All you need to know is just the different directions. You see the general warning sign on a road. What is the most correct action to take? Is it option A, ignore it, it is only a suggestion and not a real hazard? Is it option B, slow down and drive with caution, being prepared for any type of hazard ahead? Is it option C, accelerate to pass the area quickly before the hazard appears? Or is it option D, sound your hooter and continue at a normal speed because the danger is probably minor? Now when we take a look at option A, it tells us to ignore it. Again, I told you cannot ignore a sign. With option C, it tells us to accelerate past the area quickly. Whenever you see a general warning sign or any warning sign, do not accelerate. Therefore, option C is incorrect. If we look at option D, it tells us to sound your hooter and continue at normal speed because the danger is probably minor. Now, we cannot guarantee that any danger is going to be minor. If there's danger, remember, treat all danger the same, right? Whether it's minor or major, treat it the same. Slow down and drive with caution. Therefore, option B is our correct answer. You see the emergency flashing light warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed because the flashing light is only for decoration? Is it option B, slow down, be prepared to stop and keep an eye out for any hazards ahead? Is it option C, accelerate to pass the area quickly to avoid slowing down traffic? Or is it option D, sound your hooter continuously to warn the emergency vehicles you are coming? Now, the correct answer would be option B, slow down and be prepared to stop, right? Keep an eye out for any hazards ahead. Now for our next question, it says, you see the jetty edge ahead warning sign. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed, the sign is only for boats, not vehicles? Obviously in the sign you can see there's a vehicle there, so obviously option A would be immediately incorrect. Option C says accelerate quickly to pass the area before other vehicles or pedestrians appear. Remember, I told you if you can see a warning sign, do not accelerate. With option D, it tells us to stop immediately and reverse because the road is too dangerous to continue. Now keep in mind, if you're going to stop immediately and reverse, that is very hazardous. You're going to cause an accident on the road, right? So option B will be our correct answer. You need to slow down and stay well within your lane, and you need to be alert for the edge of the road or riverbank. You see the crosswinds warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed in lane, crosswinds can only affect large trucks? Is it option B, slow down, hold the steering wheel firmly and be prepared for sudden gusts? Is it option C, steer slightly into the wind at all times to counteract it? Or is it option D, accelerate to pass the area quickly before the gusts hit? Now the correct answer would be option B, slow down, hold the steering wheel firmly and be prepared for sudden gusts. Remember, option A tells us that crosswinds can only affect large trucks. Now that is going to be incorrect. Question 21. You see the drift warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action? Is it option A, maintain your speed, your car can handle slippery surfaces? Now obviously if there's going to be a slippery surface ahead, you cannot maintain your speed, you need to slow down, right? Option C tells us to accelerate. Again, that is going to be incorrect. The correct answer here is going to be option B, slow down and avoid sudden steering, braking or accelerating and drive carefully. Question 22. You see the low flying aircraft warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action? Remember, if there's going to be low flying aircrafts, remember there's going to be these sudden bursts of loud noises, right? And if someone is driving that gets startled very easily, obviously they are going to get scared and that can cause them to have an accident, right? They're going to start swerving and that's going to cause an accident. Therefore, the correct answer would be option B, slow down slightly, keep a firm grip on the steering wheel, and stay alert for sudden distractions. Question 23. You see the agricultural vehicles warning sign ahead. What is the most correct action? Now obviously the sign is going to be warning you of tractors ahead, right, on the road. Not only tractors, but all agricultural vehicles. So is it option A, maintain your speed because tractors always stay to the side of the road? Again, you cannot guarantee that. Option C tells us to accelerate to pass any slow moving vehicles before they block the road. To not accelerate. Therefore option C is incorrect. Option D tells us to sound your hooter repeatedly to warn the tractor to speed up. That is illegal. You cannot do that, right? The correct answer would be option B, slow down and be prepared to stop and give way if necessary to slow moving agricultural vehicles. And that's it for today, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far to the end of the video. Now this video is going to conclude all of our symbolic warning signs, right? Now to those that are writing their learner's license test soon, I want to wish you all the best. Just stay calm and do your best. Again, thank you all so much for watching. God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.